we're back with another video. Before we jump into the video, I just want to address a few things. First of all, check out this new set. I think it looks pretty cool, don't you? And yes, this is a quart jar of sweet tea. Don't judge me, I'm not going to drink all this. This is just for show. I mean, I'm going to drink some of it, but not all of it. So if you guys have watched my channel for any length of time, you know that I have made a number of videos called the Lure Challenge, where I basically take weird, random things and make lures out of them, and those videos have done very, very well. As a matter of fact, those videos were some of the videos that actually kind of launched my channel and got it some publicity. Now, I have not made a Lure Challenge video in a long time, just because I kind of got sick of the whole premise and I just got kind of bored with it, and so I just stopped doing it, went on to do other things. That is until I got a comment recently on a video and somebody suggested that I should make a lure out of Hot Wheel cars. Now, this piqued my interest because there are a ton of different kinds of Hot Wheel cars. And I'm not gonna lie, as a young child, I was a big fan of Hot Wheel cars. There's a number of different shapes, there's a number of different colors, and I think I can make a lure out of them. So today, we're going to try to make a lure that catches fish out of Hot Wheel cars. Let's get started. So first of all, we need some Hot Wheel cars right here, and I have bought 5 different Hot Wheel cars. I chose a number of different colors and a number of different shapes, and yeah, I think we can make something interesting out of these cars at the very least. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when looking at these Hot Wheel cars, the first lure that came to mind is a jigging spoon. If you don't know what a jigging spoon is, it's basically just a piece of metal that's shiny with a treble hook on it, and you throw it out and you jig it up and down. It looks like an injured bait fish and you can catch fish with it. That is the first thing that comes to mind when looking at these Hot Wheel cars, especially this one right here. This one has a really interesting scale pattern on it that I think would lend itself very, very useful to a jigging spoon. Now, one of the things I want to do with this experiment is keep these cars in their natural form. I don't want to paint them. I don't want to grind away plastic because, let's face it, give it enough time, I could make a pretty normal looking lure out of these if I just ground away the metal and plastic and painted it and all that stuff. So my plan is to basically take each one of these 5 cars, attach a treble hook and a line tie to them, and then see, once I get them in the water, how they react, how they swim, if they do anything at all. Without further ado, let's unbox these Hot Wheel cars. I never thought I'd be saying that on this channel, but I am. Yeah, let's unbox these Hot Wheel cars and see what we got. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and unbox some of these cars. So first of all, I just got the circle tracker right here. It's just a basic car. Let's pull it out of the package. Basic white color. I went with a white color because I thought it might be a good shad pattern. Sorry, this sounds really weird because I'm talking about cars like they're fishing lures, but anyway. I got the white one because I thought it might be a good shad pattern, but right there it is. As you can see, that is the car. Pretty standard looking Hot Wheels car, right? Hello. Okay, bye. Spammers. Next up, I bought this one. This is more of a classic looking car right here. It's got a nice paint job on it though. Nice blue finish to it. Let's pull this one out of the package right there. As you can see right there, a very classic design. Looks pretty cool. So we got that one. This car is the one that I'm the most hopeful for. Like I mentioned, I want to make a jigging spoon out of one of these cars, and I think this one will work the best. Number one, it's not too thick, but it has some weight to it, so it's going to sink nice and quick. And it's got this really cool scale pattern on it. I don't know if you guys can see that right there. Really cool scale pattern, a really cool shimmer to it. So this, as far as lures go, looks the most like a fishing lure, which is cool. So we got all our cars unboxed, and now it's time to start trying to make some sort of weird lures out of them. In order to do that, I have some super glue right here, just some standard super glue. Then I have these laser sharp treble hooks, and then I bought some swivels right here as well. So when it came to the actual construction of the bait, I knew I wanted to keep the original shape of the car as best as I could. So the first thing that I did is I went ahead and just glued a swivel onto the bottom of one of these cars, then attached another swivel to the back side of the car, added a split ring, and added a treble hook. And this was the basic design that I decided to use. I tried another couple designs and different variations, but I found that just rigging a simple Hot Wheels car, again, with a swivel in the front and a swivel out the back with a treble hook, yielded the best results with the least amount of effort, which I'm a big fan of. And surprisingly enough, when you actually put a Hot Wheels car under the water and twitch it around, I found that a lot of these cars actually had a really nice walking action. They had a very unique action in the water. They put off flash and vibration. They kind of acted like a jigging spoon and kind of like a jerk bait. So it was a very interesting combination. And I was impressed, honestly. I was excited to see that a simple Hot Wheels car could put off that good of action. So without further ado, I grabbed two Hot Wheels cars that were rigged just like this, a swivel out the front and a swivel out the back with a hook, very basic setup, and I took them out to a public lake. This is really weird, but we might be able to catch something. You can just pop this bait back like a jerk bait. Needless to say, I did a lot of fishing with these over the next couple of days, and yeah, I didn't do so good. I had kind of an awkward experience out on the water where I was throwing a legit Hot Wheels car around trying to catch a fish, and a fellow fisherman came up to me and started asking me all kinds of questions.
Any good, buddy?
Nah, nothing yet, just started.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Fish here a lot?
Every now and then, yeah.
Normally do good?
It depends, honestly. It depends on the weather. Yeah, it should be a good evening for it though.
Buddy, good luck.
All right, you too. And as you can see in the video, I just kept my line in the water. I did not make any casts because I did not want him to see what I was using. And thankfully, he didn't ask me what lure I was using because it would have been very difficult to try and explain that I was fishing with a Hot Wheels car. I even took one of these Hot Wheel lures out on Lake Erie while I was walleye fishing. I threw it out, I jigged it around for a while, and guess what? I didn't get a bite. So by now, I was feeling a little bit discouraged, but I decided to go back to the public lake one more time, and guess what? I actually caught a little bass with a Hot Wheels car. Unfortunately, the GoPro decided to corrupt the file, so I don't actually have the fish catch on film, but I do actually have a little cell phone clip of the bass. I'm holding it in my hand. Take my word for it, it was caught on a Hot Wheels. But I wasn't really satisfied, namely because I lost the footage from that fish catch, and I knew that really wouldn't be enough for a video. So one of the things that I noticed while throwing this lure around at the public lake is that if you throw a Hot Wheels car out and retrieve it really quickly and keep your rod tip up, you can actually make these cars skim on the top of the water, and they actually kind of look like some sort of a topwater bait. So when it comes to fishing a Hot Wheels car on the surface of the water like a topwater, it actually gives this bait a slight advantage because when a bass is feeding on the surface, all they really see is the disturbance of the water. They also hear that and sense it through their lateral line, and they only really see a silhouette flying over their head. So, with that in mind, I took this bait out to a private pond where there were a number of very, very hungry fish, and take a look what happened. So, I am out here at this private pond, throwing the Hot Wheels lure right here. This is a different one I made, a little different model of car, but I'm eager to see what happens. The way I'm gonna fish this today, I'm gonna fish it like a topwater. So the thing I found out is that these actually make okay topwater baits if you just throw them out and fish them really fast. And I'm fairly certain we can catch something because from what I've seen, the fish in this pond are very, very aggressive. So I'm just gonna throw this thing out and then I'm just gonna fish it really, really quick. As you can see, I can just kind of twitch it on the surface like this. I wonder if anything will hit it. I don't know, they might not hit this. This might be too much for them. Oh, one hit it, one went at it, one went at it. You see that one? That one struck at it. Okay, so I'm getting a little bit of interest. Had one hit. There's a bunch of bass in here. Good night. There's all kinds of fish back up in here. Oh my word, did you see that thing? Whoa. Oh, he was on it. He was on it. You see that fish hit it? They're smoking it. They're just not picking it up. Whoa, whoa. That fish hit it twice, man. Look at that. This fish is very aggressive. This looks like a good spot up in here. Oh, it was a good fish right here. Something was in here. Right up in there is perfect. There's gotta be something hanging out up in there. Got him. No way. I got one on the car. Yes, I did. No way. Look at that. Check that out, guys. Check that out, guys. Right there, a largemouth bass caught on a Hot Wheels car. That is hysterical. All right, guys, I'm not gonna lie. That has been a long time coming. I've been fishing with this bait for a long time to finally catch a decent little bass on a Hot Wheels with a hook attached to it on a 90-degree day on top water is awesome. I think the fish are getting a little smart. They're like, nah. Whoa, dude. That was another one. They're not getting smart. That fish absolutely destroyed this bait. That's a better one too, right there. Oh my word. Check that out. Right there. On the Hot Wheels. Absolutely blew up on it. Alrighty guys, as you saw from those clips, the bass were very, very aggressive in that pond. I had a number of fish come up and actually hit the car, but a lot of them wouldn't fully engulf it. They would just kind of smack at it and I wouldn't hook them. However, I was able to hook 2 decent bass on a Hot Wheels car. And to be honest guys, I am stoked that I was able to catch a fish on a Hot Wheels car. Keep in mind, I didn't really modify these at all. I just put a swivel on the front, a swivel on the back, and put a hook on them. That's all I really did, and yet I was able to catch 3 fish, 1 on a public body of water and 2 on a private body of water, and that just really blows my mind. Keep in mind, this is not the most ideal way to catch fish, and the 2 fish that I did catch were on a private body of water where the fish were very aggressive. So I think if you take this out to your local public lake, you would have a lot more of a difficult time. Needless to say, I did catch 1 fish on a public body of water, but overall I'd recommend just sticking to regular fishing lures. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more videos like this where I make weird random lures, I know I haven't done any in a while, but I gotta say this was a fun experiment. Let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you guys want to support the channel, there is links to my signature series swim baits as well as affiliate links, and if you look down there you'll see some of my merch advertised as well. If you buy any of that stuff, if you click on any of those links, I get a little bit of kickback, and it helps me to keep making videos. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay hooked.